Hi, everyone. Welcome to Ask Me Anything. My name is Acting Sergeant Good. I'm a recruiter in the Northeast region with the Ontario Provincial Police. I'm currently located in Thessalon, Ontario. It's raining up here in Thessalon, unlike some of the other areas in the north that are experiencing a heat wave. A little jealous of them right now. So today we've got a really exciting topic, something new and exciting that's come out from Uniform Recruitment. It's the launch of our virtual Reach program. So this is a relaunch. We actually offered this program in the past. You had to apply to be part of it. And it was a great way to get in touch with recruiters and members of the OPP. And they helped you through the application process and maybe things that you might need to improve to make sure that you are a competitive applicant. So this program is an amazing tool that we are relaunching, and it's going to be on our YouTube channel. So to locate it, search Ontario Provincial Police Careers, and you will see our all of our different videos that we are posting online. We are posting them currently Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we already have 3 online. I have a list of all the ones that are posted already. The other ones, again, have a look tomorrow. We should have another one posted. So right now, the very first one that we have is about the OPP hiring process. So that's about start to finish, what to expect in the hiring process, how you apply, that kind of stuff. There will be some familiar faces on these videos, maybe some recruiters and officers that you have already met before. The second one that we have posted is how to complete an application. So this is super important. A lot of people, they don't realize that our applications are online. Again, start to finish, all the applications are online. Interviews are completed online. So our process since COVID has really turned to the virtual side of things. So have a look at that one. And our third one that we currently have is about the areas of assessment. So those are the 10 areas that we do assess throughout the application process, throughout the interview, and throughout the whole hiring process. And those are areas of assessment that we've already kind of talked to you about. But again, have a look at these videos. They're up to 10 minutes in length, so they aren't super long, and you can access them whenever you want, 24/7. Any day of the week. So have a look. They have tons of great, valuable information that will help you throughout the process and help you to be successful. Other topics that will be covered in the other videos are the resume and cover letter that you will be including in your application that we will be looking at. The 5th video is about the fitness pin test. So the police pin test that we're going to be looking at your results on your fitness log, as well as the prep test. And that, again, is the test that you will have to successfully complete when you're at the Ontario Police College in order to receive your diploma and successfully complete the Ontario Police College. So again, it will go through the actual pin and prep tests, how you do them, and what to expect and what the minimum standards are that you have to get in order to successfully pass those. Video 6 is about the shuttle run. So this one is very important for you when you are applying to us, because when you press submit, after somebody reviews your whole application, we will be asking you to send us a video of you completing the shuttle run. So that is whether that is a video of you doing it in person or you going to an in-person event. Again, we have events all throughout the province that we will be hosting, especially in the next few weeks. We have tons of women's focused shuttle runs throughout the province. If you're interested in applying, or if you've received that email from us saying that congratulations, you're moving on to the next stage, please send us a video of you completing the 20-meter shuttle run. You have the option of either sending us a video or going to one of these in-person shuttle run events. And the last video is about mental health. So understanding the demands in policing on your mental health and how do you build effective stress management and resiliency, and what you are doing, how you can help yourself before the process, throughout the process, and as a police officer, things to already have in place. And I know we've already stressed about it in previous AMAs about how important it is to have a good support system, to have somebody that you talk to, maybe a psychologist already in place before you do reach out to or before you are successful in a policing career. So it is just very, very important to have that. So these virtual videos for the REACH program, again, they're located on the OPP YouTube channel under the careers channel for the OPP. You can access them at any time. Have a look at them. They will be posted every Tuesday and every Thursday, and there are 7 in total. So I've got some other really important events that we have coming up, some super exciting ones. We have a large event that's going on in Toronto. It's the OPP Career Expo that we have going on May 23rd. This is from 11 to 4, and it's at the, what is it called? The Great Canadian Casino Resort, and it's formerly known as the Woodbine Casino. So go to this event. You don't have to sign up for it. It's from 11 to 4. We're going to have specialties from all over the OPP. We're going to have civilian members. We're going to have members from our forensics team. We're going to have people from the civilian side, so the comm center. We're going to have the Indigenous Policing Bureau. We're going to have members from all different specialties across the OPP. So if you are interested in a career in policing, if you want to come and speak to a recruiter, it's, you know what, this is the place to go to if you are in the GTA or the surrounding area. There are going to be tons of different officers there to speak to. And again, our recruitment team is going to be there to speak to you if you have specific questions about the recruitment process. So head over there, May 23rd from 11 to 4. We look forward to meeting you. So I'm going to get started. I know that there's a lot of questions coming in here, so I'm going to get started on answering some of those. So I have somebody that's mentioned that they received confirmation that they passed their shuttle run. Congratulations, Matt. That's awesome. And they haven't heard anything since. So what I tell everyone is no news is good news. If you haven't heard anything, that means that your application is going through our recruitment process. We have multiple different recruiters, civilian members that are looking through your file. Keep checking your email. You may be moving into the next side of things. So that's our pre-screening, and then we go from pre-screening onto the interview. So you know what, don't stress out about it, Matt. No news is good news. All of our communication is normally through email. So if you haven't heard anything, hold tight. That's why we send you an email letting you know that you are successful. So you know that you don't need to submit another shuttle run, but it does take some time. It's not going to move super, super fast. Our class that we've just filled was the June 1st class. So we're now moving on to the beginning of September class that we're going to start to fill. So there is a little lull at this time, but keep checking your email. We're going to move things through as fast as possible. So Fly Travels, I know that you mentioned here that you're trying to get a ride along. Call the Thessalon detachment if you are interested. It says that you were calling Thessalon OPP looking for a ride along. You never heard anything back. Call again. A member from our detachment will get back to you and we'll try to set something up for you. Again, I don't have your real name, so just give the detachment a call and we'll try to set something up with you. Somebody's asking about shifts and what they're like in the rotation timings for an OPP officer. So every detachment is kind of different. Most of them are either the 4 on 4 off or the 5-4 schedule. So where you're working a combination of days and night shifts. And that's if you're working on the road as a regular officer, not just doing general law enforcement duties and not doing a specialty. 12-hour shifts, most of them. Again, different detachments do have different hours, but with the OPP, a lot of them have stuck to the 12-hour shifts and the 4 on 4 off or 5-4 schedule. Okay, Meadow Moonlight is asking what the best part of being a police officer is and what's the most challenging. So that's a hard one. I know every week or every few weeks I get asked a question similar to this. And you know what? The best part of being an officer is helping people, is getting to um, get involved in the community, kind of help solve problems that they might be maybe having, and just reaching out and kind of like touching people's lives in a way. I know a lot of the time I would go into the schools or interview victims, and just being able to talk to people and listen to what's happened to them in the past, show some compassion, and hopefully get them the resources they need to succeed, and the resources they need to assist them in challenging times. That's probably my favorite thing about being a police officer. And the most challenging is definitely going to scenes where you see potentially people that have passed away, doing sudden death notifications, those kinds of things. Those are pretty challenging things to have to deal with. Jeffin is looking to do a ride along. So Jeffin, call the Thessalon OPP detachment, leave your name and number, and I will get back to you and we'll set something up. Matt Webb, hey Matt, how's it going? Thanks for joining in today. So Nick K, hey, thanks for joining in. And he's just mentioning that he suggests and recommends doing a shuttle run at one of the events that we host. It's way easier to reach your goal with other folks around you. And it sucks doing it on your own. And I totally agree. I'm a competitive person, so I do enjoy going to events like that and being pushed with other people, like-minded people around you that are also trying to get that level 7 or even higher. Sometimes when you go to these events, you're able to run a little higher, which is nice to see how far you can push yourself. So I totally agree with you, Nick. I think it's super important, and it's the other good thing about going to these events is that normally there's one of our uniform recruitment members there that can answer your questions. So sometimes at the beginning of these shuttle runs, we are busy doing people's vitals and making sure everyone's forms are filled out. But towards the end, there is some time normally that we can answer a few questions if you do have any of them. I have an exciting event coming up in Sault Ste. Marie on the 27th of May. We're going to have some officers. We're going to have the staff sergeant from Sault Ste. Marie, some cadets, potentially some auxiliary members, some regular members, and myself, and the acting staff sergeant. We're going to be in Sault Ste. Marie at the Armories. We are doing a joint event with the Armories in Sault Ste. Marie, and we're going to be running a women's focused shuttle run. And they're also going to be promoting women in the Armories in Sault Ste. Marie. So we're both going to be doing some physical fitness testing there. And if you are a female in the Northeast region, Sault Ste. Marie area, or you're willing to drive, come on up to Sault Ste. Marie on the 27th. It's from 4 to 7 p.m. There is an Eventbrite sign up, so please sign up on our opp.ca/careers website so that we know that you will be coming. And we really look forward to meeting all those women out there that are interested in policing, and we're going to be there to answer your questions. So come on out to that. Okay, so we have somebody asking about the interview, what kind of questions they should expect. So the local focus interview is about you. We're going to be asking about the 10 areas of assessment. There's no tricks. Really, we want to know about you, what your experiences are, your background in your education, your employment, your driving. We're going to be talking about your driving. We're going to be talking about everything that you've filled out in your application. And those are the areas that we will be discussing. Again, it's about you. So have a look at your application. Know the 10 areas of assessment, know maybe strengths, weaknesses, come up with examples for all of those 10 areas that you can maybe talk about. And those are the things that we will be discussing. There's no tricks at all. It's just about you. I have Marcelo. He says he's 44 years old and he speaks 3 languages. That's awesome. We love to see that you speak 3 languages. Age is just a number. With age, obviously, comes life experience a lot of the time. So you are not too old to join the OPP. We have a recruit that just went through the process at my detachment who is in that age range. So don't stress out about it as long as you're willing to learn, as long as you are at your competitive best, you can hit all the minimum requirements. You're never too old to apply. Again, back when it used to be the 25-year-olds that we were looking at, 44 years old, we know that you come with a lot of experience, and we do look at that too. So you can never be too old to apply, that's for sure. So Meadow is asking about supports for challenging calls. So we have tons of supports within the OPP. Again, psychological supports in our benefits are covered 100%. So social workers, psychiatry, all that kind of stuff is 100% covered. One of the great things that the OPP does is a lot of the time our supervisors, when we go to a call that that might be hard, if there's sometimes if there's a child death or a bad collision, or a lot of the time if there's something that's bothering an officer or a big call, we do debriefs. So we also have mental health clinicians that'll come in that will talk to us as well. But we will get together. In the past, I've gone to one where they've actually brought in the doctor that dealt with somebody that was involved in the incident that we were dealing with. They brought in EMS. They brought in police and fire, and we all met together and spoke about kind of how we were doing, what we experienced. And it was a great debrief that we had amongst all the services that kind of gave us closure. I know that a lot of the time the other services feel like after they go to a large event, police either take the person or the person gets taken to the hospital and they don't know what happened after. So it was great to have that debrief and talk about if the person passed away or if they didn't pass away, that kind of thing, so that they got the closure that they needed. Okay, so David is mentioning that he has a passion for the ocean. He's great at open water swimming. That's amazing. We do have an underwater search and rescue team. They are out of our central region. And this is a specialty that you can apply to after being on the road for a few years. So right now we're hiring for a uniform position. So that's something that you would have to complete your probationary period, have a little more experience on the road, and then potentially, if there is an opening in that unit at that time after you have completed your year of probation and had a little bit more experience on the road, you would be able to. Okay. What kind of special skills do OPP recruiters look into for candidates? So that's a good question. That's an area that we do talk about, both on your application and throughout the process. So special skills, those that could be anything. That could be a different language that you speak. That could be I know myself. I knew a little bit of sign language when I came on, so that was something that I put down in mine. Another special skill could be you're certified welder, or a special skill could be that you are very good at making websites, or something that a ticket that you have through college, um, like a gas welder, or anything that you have through college, that could be a special skill. But also if you're a coach, that could be something to do with sports. If you have any high level coaching, anything like that could be put down as a special skill. Any instruments you play, there's many different skills that you can write down. And again, we will talk to you about these throughout the process. And you know what? It's better to put down more than less. Somebody's talking about the 6 locations that you put down when you apply to the OPP. Yes, you have to put down 6 locations that you would like to police. If you're applying as a regular recruit, if you're applying as an experienced police officer, you do not have to put down 6, but as a regular recruit, you do. And in those 6 locations, they can be anywhere in the province. They can be all over the province. They can be in one specific region. It doesn't matter to us. Put down locations where you can actually see yourself policing where you want to go, because in the end we are going to be looking at your application. We are going to look at the areas that you want to go to, and if there's an opening there and you've successfully completed the whole process, then you may potentially be offered that position. So put down places that you want to go. Don't put down Pickle Lake if you don't intend on moving and going up there, because if there is an opening there and we need people up there, we will send you up there. So make sure that you think wisely. Also, during the interview, this is another thing that comes up a lot. We do discuss these 6 areas of these 6 detachment locations that you have put down on your application, and we will ask you why you want to go there. Please articulate yourself and tell us why you want to go to these places. If you have a family member that you need to stay close to because you're their primary caregiver, or if you do not plan on moving with your family because they're already set where they are and you've got children in school and playing sports and your partner's unable to move because of their job, tell us this. These are things that we want to know. Articulation is everything throughout this process. And especially if you are offered a chance to have a local focus interview, please articulate why you want to go to those places. And if you are willing to go anywhere in the province, awesome. That's amazing. We want to hear that. We love to hear that, because there are a lot of locations, especially in the Northeast and Northwest, where we really need officers. And if you are willing to go up there, it could result in you taking a spot before somebody that has actually interviewed before you. They're not willing to go up there, of course. Okay, what can we expect for the first 2 weeks at PPA? So I know that we did have a sergeant on a few weeks ago, and she spoke a little bit about the Provincial Police Academy. You're going there for 1 week at the beginning. And during that 1 week, you're going to be meeting everyone in your class. You're going to be getting all of your kits. You're going to be looking at yourself in your new uniform. You're going to be going through all of the papers that need to be filled out for your benefits, that need to be filled out for pay. All those kinds of things are going to be filled out. So it's a lot of paperwork, getting your equipment, and getting ready to go to the Ontario Police College. After that first week at the Provincial Police Academy, there is 3 weeks of OPC currently. At this time, this is how they're working it. 3 weeks of OPC that is done online. Sometimes we have you stay at the Provincial Police Academy just to make sure that you can understand how to log on to the OPC classes that you're expected to do online, to make sure there's no issues when you do go home and complete those courses, and you're able to get in with the rest of your classmates. And then we send you home for 2 weeks, and then you will go to the Ontario Police College and stay there for the remaining of the Ontario Police College certification. Locke is asking about practicing the prep test. So we currently do not have any prep test practice runs going on anywhere around the province at this very time. Again, keep looking at our website. When we do have events going on, they will be posted at opp.ca/careers. And in the end, just keep up with your fitness. If you are in the process right now with us, we want you to keep your fitness logs up to date. We want you to continuously write down anything that you are doing in your own time, whether it's even at work, even at school, even at the gym. Write down any physical fitness that you are doing. If you're playing hockey, your stress management, how many hours of sleep you're having. These are all things that are listed on your fitness log. So make sure that you're recording all of these things down. And one thing that I really want to stress is make sure that you're writing down your PIN test scores. So we are looking at those on your fitness log. We are looking at how you're doing in it, because we would really like to see that you are improving, or if you are not improving, that you are able to hit that 75% on your fitness pin. If you are unaware of what the fitness pin is, I know that there is a link that is on the application for you to look at. If you can't find that, you can always Google the Ontario Fitness Pin Police Testing. You'll be able to pull up the results and the scoring matrix and see what kind of score you receive in all of the areas. Jeffin is asking about the PIN test and asking if we're doing the shuttle run or the 2.4 kilometer run. So it depends. I don't know exactly. It depends on where you're doing it. If you're doing it at OPC, if you're doing it at the Provincial Police Academy, again, there's multiple options for the PIN test, whether you are doing the rowing machine, the 2.4 kilometer run, the shuttle run. But in order to apply to the OPP and be successful throughout the recruitment process, minimum is level 7 in the shuttle run. So if you're able to hit that level 7, you are fine. Don't stress out about it. Sometimes people find it's harder to do the shuttle run than it is the 2.4 kilometer run, or the opposite way around. So it just depends on the person. In the past, when I went through, we did do the 2.4 kilometer run when we were at the Provincial Police Academy opposed to the shuttle run. But there's they might change it up and have you do the shuttle run. But as long as you're able to do that level 7, I know that it's a little bit harder with males that are younger. They have to get a higher score in the shuttle run when you're doing the PIN test. But don't stress out about that. Make sure that you're able to do that 2.4 kilometer run in a certain amount of time. But it could be one or the other. I can't answer if it's going to be the PIN the shuttle or the 2.4. Okay. Somebody's asking about they're pursuing the aviation career and what sort of opportunities are available within the OPP. So that's a great question. So that's a specialty, I'll say, within the OPP for sure. If you first of all need to be hired as a regular recruit, go through our process. I know we have some people in our area that are pilots. That's something they would like to do in the future. We do have planes, we do have helicopters. So there are opportunities. It's just a matter of they are internally posted. So that's something that you will have to look at after you do pass your probationary period. And then you'd have to look at the minimum requirements that they have for those specific positions. And normally that is that you already have your license and so many hours of flying under your belt. So you would already have to have those before you apply to those positions. Meadows asking about OPC, what it's like, and is it intimidating? When I came out of university, I got hired on by the OPP, so I was already in school mode. So learning at OPC, that kind of stuff. The way I studied, I kind of already knew how I would be studying for exams. So for me, that was not intimidating. I actually really enjoyed my time at the Ontario Police College. I loved meeting officers from different police services, forming connections there. You know what? You meet people from all over the province that you end up running into throughout your career at certain training, at when you're traveling through areas. Maybe an officer stopped on the side of the road with somebody and you pull over and see if they need any help. If you're in uniform and you help them out sometimes and you realize that you recognize them from police college or from PPA. So you know what? In the end, I loved OPC. When you're there, all of the teachers want you to succeed. All the instructors are there to help you. If they see that you're struggling, they will do what they need to do. They will pair you up with somebody that may be doing well, or they might give you extra resources to help you succeed. Because in the end, the OPP has already put a lot of money forward to have you go through the Ontario Police College, and their goal is to have you be successful and then make it through probation and become a regular constable with the Ontario Provincial Police. So they're not going to leave you hanging, and they will do whatever they need to do to help you out. You just need to be transparent, let them know if you're struggling, and they will set you up for success. Okay. Amrit is asking if there's any shuttle runs going on in the Brampton area coming up. So I see in Shelburne on the 20th of this month, there is a shuttle run from 12 to 3 o'clock at the Center Dufferin Recreation Complex in Shelburne. So again, all of these events that we have coming up and shuttle runs we have coming up, they are posted on our website, opp.ca/careers. Scroll to the very bottom. All the events that we have coming up are listed, and a lot of them you have to sign up for through Eventbrite. So make sure that you check out our website, look at all the events, and sign up if that's something that you're interested in going to. If you're unable to attend and you have signed up, please let us know, because sometimes we have a list or we only open up 50 spots or 100 spots for people to attend. And sometimes we have 20, 30 people that don't show up, and other people weren't able to sign up for it because it was already full. So we want to know that so that we can open up more spots for anyone else that wants to attend. So Donna, I know you're asking about, are we recruiting for civilian positions as well? Head out to the expo that's going on next week, May 23rd from 11 to 4 at the Great Canadian Casino in Toronto. Head out there. All the information's on our website. We will have members there to talk to you about careers, civilian careers. We'll have members there to talk to you about being a special constable, being on our emergency response team, potentially the canine unit. So there's going to be specialties from all across the OPP. We are the only police service there. We are there to try to recruit civilian members. We are there to recruit members that want to wear a uniform. So we are going to have people from all of our specialties there to talk to you about a career and how great it is to work for the OPP. Okay. So Jess is asking about at the Ontario Police College, if you get a chance to go home for the weekend, and stating that their children are in the Northwest. I'm assuming that's Northwestern Ontario. Yeah, there will be chances for you to go home. They're pretty good with letting you know when you're going to have to stay on the weekends. There's a lot of information now that the Ontario Police College has 4 different intakes a year. There's a lot of information they need to get to you in such a short period of time. So there are going to be some nights and some weekends where you potentially will have to stay, but they will let you know when there will be weekends that you can go home for the weekend. The great thing about the Ontario Provincial Police is if you are going home during that time, they will cover your mileage back and forth. So that's a great thing that the OPP does cover. Again, they're very transparent with letting you know which weekends you will be free to go. But again, I remember when I was at the Ontario Police College, a lot of the recruits that were there from the Northwest region did stay on the weekend. Again, it's a long way to travel if you're heading out to Thunder Bay from London. So it is a long trek to go back and forth on a Friday and come back on a Sunday and really have the one day at home. So a lot of the time, people would have their family members come to London and maybe have a weekend at a hotel and visit them, or come for an evening to visit. Again, they can't stay at the Ontario Police College with you, but there's ways around it to see your family members. And thank goodness for technology, FaceTime, things like that, so that you can still talk to your family members when they're a far distance away from you when you're in Elmer. So Jeffin is asking about entering the details for your employment and having to include it in your resume. Yes, we want to see everything in your resume. We want to see everything that's on your application. We want to see your start date, your finish date, where you worked, your reason for leaving, whether you're part-time, full-time. These are things that we want to see, because we want to know how many hours you worked. We want to know that you have worked a full-time job before, because to us, that's a big deal. If you have never worked a full-time job before and you are applying to the OPP, and you potentially could be working over 40, 50 hours a week, if you're working your 12-hour, 5-day set, that's a lot of hours in a row. And if you've never worked that before, that could be a challenge for you. So those are things that we want to see. We will be looking at. So make sure that when you do submit your resume, it's attached to your application, and you do have the same employment also listed on your application, because we will be looking at that. So Jess, you're asking about getting your first choice. I think you had asked earlier, you're about being from the Northwest region, and your children potentially coming to visit you, or are you going home to see them on the weekends from OPC? Yeah, you still have to put down 6 locations that you want to police at, 6 detachments. We will try our best. We need you to articulate yourself, explain why you need to police where you need to police. If it's because you've got children, you can't move, they're super involved in sports. I get that. I have kids too, so I totally understand that. But these are things that you need to articulate in your profile or in your application. And you definitely need to articulate this in an interview. If you're from the Northwest region, there tends to be more openings in that area. I don't know where you're from, but I can put you in contact with our Northwest recruiter, as well as if you want to send me an email after this. It's caitlin.good@opp.ca. I don't mind answering any questions you have about the Northwest region. And I see you want to go to Kenora. I love that. I hope you're staying safe with all the wildfires going on up there. Yep, Northwest region, we are needing officers all over. They will try their best. Our recruiters will try their best to get you where you want to go. But please articulate yourself throughout the process. So Jimmy's asking if you're required to live in Ontario. I believe we have officers that do live in Quebec that will go across the river to come into work. So my understanding is there are some officers that do live out of the province. I don't know the exact way around that, but definitely there are some that I've met in the past that do live in Quebec and do police in Ontario. Raul is asking about the 20-meter shuttle run. It's sold out everywhere. You can do that at your house. If you are at the point where you have received an email saying that you want to, or saying that you need to submit your video, do it at your house. We send you all of the instructions that you need to successfully complete it. It's 20 meters. You need a marker at 0 to 18 and 20 meters. Get one of those big, long measuring tapes that you used to use in high school track and field and long jump. Get one of those measuring tapes out. Show us in a video all of the measurements, the 0 meters, zoom in on that 0 meters, zoom in on the 2 meters, zoom in on the 18 meters and 20 meters, and have somebody video you doing the shuttle run. Make sure that you do the full acknowledgement at the beginning, introduce yourself, and follow the instructions to a T, and you should have no problem completing it. I know sometimes it's easier going to an event, but there are ways to do it yourself, and that's why we have switched to this 20-meter shuttle run, as it is a way for anyone to complete it from home. You can follow those instructions start to finish and successfully complete it with no problem. Again, in the next, just gonna look, in the next week or so, we will have a video on our YouTube channel about the shuttle run, the PIN test, and the prep test. So have a look at that if you have any other questions. But if you have reached that point in the application process and the recruitment process where you have to send in that video, have a look at the information we have provided to you and follow the instructions. You shouldn't have any issues with that. So we have someone asking about applying to the auxiliary program and then applying to the cadet program. Yeah, absolutely. If that's something that you're interested in, if you are successful in applying to the auxiliary program, you get some experience volunteering with us. That's amazing experience that you can get doing ride-alongs, attending events, just getting involved in the detachment, meeting officers. It's a great way to gain community service, hours that you can put down on your application. So if you do that and you decide you want to apply to be an officer, yes, you do have to reapply online as a constable, a regular recruit, exactly the way that you would apply as an auxiliary member. So you do have to restart the process again. And it's online application, exactly the same thing as you went through as an auxiliary member, including psychological testing. So it does start again. But again, we do have people that are going through our regular recruit side of the house in 2 to 4 months. That's like a regular time frame from start to finish, from the minute you put in your application to the minute you're hired. So things are moving really fast. Don't stress out about it. Do we have to leave our full-time job while applying for the OPP, or can we continue working full-time during the hiring process? Absolutely, Mish. Keep working. That shows us that you're able to deal with potentially a stressful situation, and you are able to multitask. You're able to go through this process while working a full-time job. So that just shows us the commitment and hard work that you're putting forward. And yes, Jess, there's an awesome video that we do have on our YouTube channel about the shuttle run. So have a look at that if you have any questions. And I'm sure that that'll answer every question that you did have throughout the process of doing that video. Thomas is asking if there are hearing tests. Yes, there's hearing, there's vision. These are all tests that are completed throughout the background stage. They are not completed by the OPP. These are tests that you have to actually get done by your own doctor, optometrist. They are tests that they complete at their clinics. There are forms that are sent to you to fill out. If you are looking for the standards, you can go online and look them up. They're all posted on there. So I'm going to take one more question and we're going to end it off today. So again, I want to thank everyone from joining in today for the Ask Me Anything. I'm just looking for one really good question. So help me, Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda is asking if an applicant who works 2 jobs and volunteers that is 20 years old, who has a year of university and is a female, would her chances be good to apply? So yeah, I see what you're trying to ask there. So if somebody's working 2 jobs, they're volunteering their time, they're 20 years old, they've done 1 year of university. Yeah, if you think that you meet at least the minimum standards there, like all of our minimum qualifications to apply, you can apply. If you want to wait until you finish your university, you can do that as well. It's up to you what you want to do. If you have tons of volunteer experience, if you're working full time, if you're you've got experience with people. It all depends on the person, and where they're at, how much life experience they have. Sometimes 20-year-olds will have tons of life experience because they've been through lots of things as a 20-year-old. Sometimes they've been involved in things at the university, or they lived in a residence. They dealt with kids that maybe were living in the residence with them, and they have lots of experience and things to talk about in an interview. The main thing is that they meet minimum standards that we've put in place, and they're 18. They have no criminal record. They have a full G license, so that's another thing that a lot of people overlook. We want to make sure that you have your full G license if you're applying to be a regular recruit. They've got a good driving record, and they are mature, and they do have a little bit of life experience. So I can't say now's the time. If I don't know if it's you, Rhonda, or you're asking for somebody else, I can't say now's the time to apply for that person. It's totally up to them. Have a look at yourself. Look at our 10 areas of assessment. Like I said, these reach videos that we are going to be putting online for you to access. They are going to be a great resource for you to decide if you're ready to apply, and to help you throughout the process. This is an amazing opportunity, and it's a mentorship program that people used to have to apply to be part of, and now it's at your fingertips and you can access it whenever you want. So have a look at these reach videos that we are posting. If you have any other questions, please come out to one of our events. We've got tons going on in the province. We've got a lot, like I said, a lot of women's focused shuttle runs coming up in the end of this month. And throughout next month, we're going to be posting more too throughout the next few days. So check out our website, opp.ca/careers. Have a look at our YouTube channel, Ontario Provincial Police Careers. Have a look at our videos, and I'm sure a lot of them will answer questions that you do have. So again, thank you for joining me today. I've really enjoyed myself, and I wish you all the best of luck in the process. If you have questions about ride-alongs, I know I mentioned for two of you, call the Thessalon detachment, leave your name and number. I'll get back to you. We'll figure it out. And again,